Welcome. How are you, my beautiful humans? You amazing movers and shakers of the universe. This is Lesedi Ali, and welcome to the Lesedi Life Podcast. So today we're going to look at this particular affirmation and really what it brought to mind. And I think that there's more than enough of you that may relate to this, so I definitely wanted to dive in for it. The affirmation says, there is a stream of love supporting my dreams. There is a stream of love supporting my dreams. And I thought this was so adequate because our other topic was about, your career, your dreams. What would that be? And you could take that and put it to so many other things if you really want to. In any case, what it brought to my mind first was how I haven't always been in the place to even believe that these affirmations, although they're supposed to be something to help you kind of reprogram your mind and get in a better space with, having light, love, peace, wealth, abundance in your life, how do you manifest something you barely believe? How do you have faith in something that you haven't really experienced, right? And love can be one of those tricky ones where every time you get your heart broken, or every time somebody lets you down, or every time things don't go your way, you feel less and less like you've been loved and more like you've been duped. You feel less like the universe and your ancestors or your guides or angels are looking out for you, and more like, the world's out to get you. So how do you take something as practical and simple and powerful as there is a stream of love supporting my dreams and actually be able to believe it and make it a reality, One of my favorite tricks when I was moving into self-love and healing and dealing with myself, loving myself deeper, right? One of the biggest tricks that I learned, and it was the most helpful, was to kind of trick my brain into thinking or feeling like we were loved, supported, and enough. Now, we may already be these things, but to us, we're not. So we have to put ourselves in a vibration to feel it in order to believe it and change our thinking, and then that, manifesting, because we have enough of the energy to put in the order, if you will. So being that I was a mother now, I'd use it with my son first, right? I think about how much I loved him, and I think about how grateful I was that God would give me such a beautiful, beautiful child and make it so that we were okay. And I would take that love and I would focus it on myself, and I would just fill myself up with it, And now it very well may not have been love for me that, I understood, but it was love for my son, and that vibration was enough. And so I kept doing this and doing this and doing this enough to where then I could look at it from like, I got this great thing going on at work, or, I met these new people and, things are going well with them. But I could feel that feeling of joy, feel that feeling of love, feel that feeling of acceptance from or with another thing, and just kind of hold that energy long enough to where we really could feel like it was ours. And it really was already, right? When you start to wake up and really put two and two together, that everything that's happening for you this way is meant to make you feel good about you. Duh. And we're just taken care of like that. But that's really what this particular affirmation is. It's a reminder that everything that's happening that is meant to be good for you really is good for you. It's not a trick. Or the things that maybe don't even seem that great right now, they're meant for your good. Like, you just have to let it play out. You don't know how many times you've been saved from something you really wouldn't rather. Okay. And so how I've used that particular trick has evolved through life and through time. If you haven't read The Secret, I would completely encourage you to read that, because this was something I learned to do through the woes, the experiences, the choices in my life that made me have to kind of figure out my healing process in a different way. You know, I wanted more than anything to just like run to church and give it to God and just be done with it. But like, I'm the type of person that needs to take responsibility. Otherwise, I feel like I'm giving my power away. And, you know, that's probably in the worst way. Like, I don't get to learn if I give it to somebody else. I don't get to figure out what's wrong with me if I give it to somebody else, you know? So although I have my faith in my back pocket all the time, you know, and in my heart most of the time, it's like, I got to figure this one out. And to be able to do that, I needed to know that I was supported. I needed to know that everything was okay, you know, in more ways than one. So I say all that to say, you know, take your time with the things you're moving through and how you're feeling about them. And especially when it comes to love and knowing that you're supported, it may not be like that for you, you know, off the bat. You may struggle with acceptance, and you may have had a lot of really shitty hands, and maybe your childhood wasn't that great. You know, I feel like everybody has their story, everybody has their trauma, everybody has their baggage, right? But more than anything, being able to still recognize how it happened, it's still not as bad as it could be, is also a really great way of seeing how you're supported. Let's say with me, with my dreams, you know, I shared what my dreams have been in previous videos, right? Or in a previous video. And it's so funny to me that, and funny and ironic, that I really wouldn't have come to the place I am today had I not been through the things that I've been through. I would have maybe been like a sign language interpreter or a nurse or a medical assistant, or, you know, something that made sense and that fit into the mainstream of society and how the matrix works, right? That would have worked for me. But I would have felt so unfulfilled, and I wouldn't be this excited, I think, you know, like it would just be something I was doing to be where I thought I needed to be and be who I thought I needed to be. I like this version so much better. I like this version so much better. I really do. You know, so in any case, you know, whatever your dreams are, and however things have worked out for you, there's more to it. You know, I want to encourage you with that. There's so much more to it. And if you could just remind yourself and lean into that faith that brings peace in your understanding, you know, with time, your dreams are supported, and you can get there if you really want it. You really can. There's no reason for you not to. I love you. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe for more, okay? We'll talk soon. Namaste.